Okay, so let me just say that I'm lucky I'm seeing what I'm now seeing. I'm going to show it to you in just a second, because I decided to skip Rydal House, which is one of Wordsworth's homes, because it's not the more famous of the houses. Dove Cottage is the famous one, the more famous one. And I went to Dove Cottage, and it was spectacular. Small, but had a lot of the museum adjacent to it had a lot of his original manuscripts, and a lot of the furniture in the cottage was his. But really, I decided rather than see his homes, maybe I should see what inspired him. And so I've been walking around the village of Grasmere. Really, I decided to climb up to a tarn just above his home, and by just above I mean a quarter of a mile straight up from where his cottage is set into a hillside, that he's known to have visited and been inspired by. I am a horrible judge of distance, and thought that when I passed what really amounts to a puddle and got photos taken at it, that was the tarn. It wasn't. And I'm really lucky to have made my way up here, because I was about to just decide to go walk to Rydal House. Changed my mind. I was like, well, the path keeps going. I wonder what's farther up. I'll bet I'll get better views. And oh boy, did I. So that lake over there is called Rydal Water. Rydal House is around it somewhere. Don't really know where. And up there is some mountainside. And then mountains, stream. Over that ridge there, if you were to drop down, you'd be dropping down towards Dove Cottage and rolling down the hill, and Grasmere is a bit away from the hill. Lake Grasmere you can also see if I walk that way a bit. So let me pass over the stream here, and I'll show you if I can get a good view of it from here. I'm not going to promise that I can. Let's see if I can get a view of Lake Grasmere. Okay, well, it seems like I can't. So I'm going to walk back a little bit so that you can see Lake Grasmere and the village of Grasmere spreading out below me. Again, just beautiful, beautiful mountains. And I'm about on the level with them, so you can't really tell, but they're really rather high. And then over there's another one of those mountains that so high the clouds get lost, or it gets lost in the clouds rather. I didn't realize that I had walked such a distance from where you could see Lake Grasmere. So when I have to walk back a bit and show it to you. There's another beautiful view of Rydal Water out that way. It seems like the area around it is less mountainous than around Lake Grasmere and the village of Grasmere, because it's just, I mean, they're absolutely encased by mountains. They're on every side. I mean, the roads to the village pretty much have to cut through extremely small valleys, from what I can see. So let's see. Okay, so down there is part of Grasmere. It's fairly a spread out village, so that's just like one section of it. And then the mountain's partially going to obstruct the view from this height. That spire over there will. But let me, oh well, no, maybe not. Let me step out here. I hadn't actually walked out here yet. There we are. Okay. So that is really the main part of the village of Grasmere, and then it spreads out a little bit. And as you can see, just stunning views. And then, Lake Grasmere! Yay, Lake Grasmere! And it's really not much bigger than that. It continues a little ways, about to probably the end of that spire. but really not much more. It's not a huge lake. Got a nice little island in the middle of it. But yeah. So let me walk back, because you've probably noticed I avoided showing it to you, but let me go show you the tarn now. Since it's what I exhausted myself to come up here and see, because I mean, I've had some pretty hard climbs since I've been here for me. Arthur's Seat was pretty hard, you know. But this one, for some reason, has really just taken more out of me than the others, even though it was a shorter climb, really. It was steeper, I think. Pretty much the whole way. And hold on, I wanted to show you one more thing before the tarn. There is, well, actually, I think there's two of them now, but before I could only see one. Two sheep all by their lonesome right there. Really can't see much of them because they're in that tall foliage. But let's go see the tarn. This is Elcock Tarn. It's fed by that stream there and feeds that stream there, which you can't really see. The one I walked over earlier. Now, I believe there's a fairly straightforward walking path back down this way, which is the opposite of the way I came to get up here. So I'm probably going to go down that way. But I don't know yet. There's a duck. Oh, lost it, sorry. There it is, duck. Okay, I'm gonna go now.